All right, y'all. I know we just ate lunch. I know we may be a little tired, so we're gonna do a little dance. The modern YMCA. It is called Hot to Go. If you do not know it, I'm gonna teach it to you. So let's take a stand.
5, 6, 5, 6,
Test, test.
7, 8.
All right, y'all, let's stand up. Let's stand up. Start shaking it out. All right, so we still got a little time. So right now, just sort of move, just groove. Shake what your mama gave ya. Hey, if you're next to your partner, do a little. Hey, JK, JK. All right, so how the dance goes is we're gonna spell out hot to go with our arms. Okay, we got an H-O-T-T. Is anybody really familiar with this dance? Y'all, I know some of you gays know this dance. Come up here, Batty. Let's go. Let's go, girlie. All right, here we go. In 4, in 3, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now get sexy. Again. All right. Now give the person next to you a little fist bump, a little high five, and say, Batty, you got this. All right, I'm gonna need a little more energy from over here. Second time, okay? It's coming up. So now do a little hop back and forth. And drop it low. Yo, I do yoga. All right, here we go. Come. Oh yeah, you're ready. Come on here. You're gonna join me, Gigi. Y'all, give it up for Gigi. All right, spread out. I don't want to hit you. Here we go. In 4, in 3, in 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stand here. All right, now this next one, I want you to dedicate it to someone near you that's hot. Hey, you can be hot on the inside, on the outside. Here we go. Last time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Over here, y'all. Let's go. Okay, you. Last time. Y'all, you're earning aura points for your Gen Z friends and students. All right, y'all, give it up for yourselves. Edgy, how we feeling? Woo! Is anybody a little more awake? Is anybody ready to have some freaking fun? Do we have any baddies in the room? Y'all, for the next 40 minutes, buckle up, baby, because this is going to be like nothing you have ever experienced before, so buckle up. My name is Luca Petrucci. I'm a national motivational speaker. I live in LA. I live in Santa Monica. I grew up in Madera, California. Okay, period. Are you from Madera? Okay, anybody else from the Central Valley? Period. I went to Fresno State. Go Dogs. I grew up on a little small farm, so I finished that era. Now I'm a city girly for life and just vibing. So today's keynote, each of you serve so many people. You're pouring into other people's cups. What I offer for the next 40 minutes, let this be a moment for you. A moment to love on yourself a little more. A moment to accept parts of yourself that maybe you've had shame, judgment, guilt towards, okay? So I want you to leave this room knowing that your voice is your power, that you were created on purpose with a purpose, and that you are worthy not because of what you do or an opinion of others. Each of you are worthy. Why? Because you're alive, because you're breathing, because you're here today. So this is called the class we never got but always needed, how to accept yourself. What I'm learning as a 33-year-old diva, y'all, I know it doesn't look it, drink a lot of water, AKA my Protect Trans Cup. Protect, take two. Y'all, sometimes as a motivational speaker, I mess up. Has anybody ever been in the front of the room and messed up? Y'all, so if I say take two, we're gonna take two. My protect trans kids, because we need to. I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I accept myself, and I twerk it whenever I can. Y'all, isn't like dancing is so healing, right? That's why I went on Wayfair for $30. I got a disco ball, and it's hanging in my living room so I can have a dance party whenever I say so. What I'm learning is the more we accept ourselves, the more we can accept others. And a lot of y'all get that. The more we love ourselves, the more we can love others. So as I share my story, so I'm not some random person talking at you, I'm gonna be sharing 4 practices that you can apply to your life. You can share with your kids, the students, the adults, the peers that you work with. And y'all, they're called practices. What's the phrase we always hear growing up? Practice makes. I really don't like that phrase because perfection always says you're not enough. You gotta do more. You gotta be more until you be enough. My phrase is practice makes progress. If you're taking notes, write that down. Quote me. Y'all, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun too. But just when you practice something, when you do something for the first time, what usually happens? You mess up. Floptina, period. You cry, great. What happens when you start to practice something more and more and more? You improve. Self-confidence. So everything that I share today, y'all, it's a practice. Maybe today you gotta forgive yourself, make a new choice to create a new future, okay? Something I want you to know, every part of you belongs. We have all different parts of us that make us whole. We have our body. Maybe some of us have shame or judgment towards our body. So maybe today is the day to accept our vessel a little more. Maybe we have judgment and shame towards our culture, our individuality, our sexuality, our identity, the struggles, our journey to where we are today. So as I go throughout my keynote, I want you to reflect on 2 questions. First, what part of you and your story are you proud of? And second, what part of yourself are you learning to accept more? Is it your voice? My mom is my best friend. I love her so much. But something that she was taught growing up, and she taught me, stay silent, push things under the rug, don't cause a ruckus. So as I'm just gonna say mid-60s, she wouldn't want me to say specific age. My mom, I'm gonna get a little emotional. I'm gonna share it in a little bit. An experience this weekend, she stood up in front of a crowd of 600 people and shared her story, her powerful voice, y'all. It was beautiful. I'm gonna share more specifics in a bit, but as a son, I'm like, dang, like, we're in the practice of self-acceptance no matter our age, no matter our background, no matter where we are in life. So what part of your story are you proud of? There's gonna be opportunities to share, but as I start to share my story, reflect on it. And what part of yourself are you learning to accept? Now, I lead assemblies across the U.S. for middle school, high school, college students, and educators, and I talk a lot about the words we speak become our reality. Y'all, isn't it easiest to be our biggest bully up here? What we're learning in 2026 is how to be our biggest bestie. Okay? So, we're gonna start practicing some affirmations. Again, who in here grew up saying affirmations? Be honest. Okay, period. Love your family, your parents, whoever introduced you to that. Who did not? Okay, so what I said earlier, everything's a practice. If it feels awkward, if it feels weird, if you're like, do these even work? I offer you to practice these. And At my booth outside, I have 250 different affirmations that can support you in different areas of your life. Y'all, find the one that works for you, okay? So the first, I am not a mistake. In 3, 2, 1. All right, this is for those that didn't say that. We're going to try it again. In 3, 2, 1. I was created on purpose with a purpose. Every part of me belongs. Even the parts I've judged, even the parts I've hidden, or have yet to fully accept. The parts of me I once felt insecure about are the parts that connect the deepest. Y'all are such beautiful humans. Ooh, I'm excited to be able to just connect and vibe with y'all. And lastly, I don't shrink. I don't hide. I don't apologize for who I am. And that's on period. Y'all get it. So say what's up to 4 and 5-year-old Luca. Something my mom always said is, as a kid, you just showed up as yourself. Y'all, think about it. Who in here has a 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old at home with them? Or a cousin or niece or nephew? Y'all, you get it? Kids just show up as their self. My mom, y'all, I love my mom with all my freaking heart. Does anybody else love their mom or motherly figure? I believe in energy, so on the count of 3, we're going to say, we love you, Mom. In 3, 2, 1. So I'm an only child. Yes, who's an only child in this room? Okay. So I'm going to be talking directly to you in a little bit. Now, my dad was not the nicest person. He was very verbally and emotionally abusive. Not going to get into all that. But when things were a little cray-cray in the living room, I would go into my bedroom, I would bring out all my Disney animals, and I would watch Tarzan, Mulan, Aladdin. You get it. And my nervous system relax. Who in here has a safe space currently in their life? Whether it's in your home, a room, with a community, today. So that's how I really coped with things. I sort of just went into my imagination, disassociated, and went somewhere else, and you do what you do with the tools and love and community you have in the moment. First grade Luca. Hey. My mom said in first grade, that was the first time that I was like, girl, you can no longer do my hair, dress me up. I am a big boy now. I didn't say girl, probably. I don't think I did, but I did now. Stepped onto the playground, being myself. Grant blurted out, why do you sound like that? Why do you move your arms like that? Why do you have so many girlfriends? And I'm like, well, when you got this energy, everybody wants to be around you. That's why. JK, as a first grader, I didn't have that confidence. If this is all you take away from this keynote, this is success. As a 7-year-old, I took an opinion of what a bully said to me. You are not enough for being who you are, and it became a belief I repeated in my head for 22 years. Now, Grant wasn't my first bully. My first bully I met at home, it was my dad. Only children. Only an eldest children. Can you raise your hand so I can just see who I'm talking to? Keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. Okay. Y'all, there's a pressure to be perfect, to have everything figured out. So I got straight A's. I played baseball for 15 years. I always made the all-star team. I visited my grandparents every week. I did chores every week. I did everything that I thought I had to do to be enough, and it was never enough for my dad. All I wanted my dad was to look me in the eye and say, Luca, I am proud of who you are. But I learned that acceptance and belonging is tied to achievement, perfection, doing more, doing more, doing more. And y'all get it. How heavy is the burden of perfection? Like, can we be perfect every second of every day? So at school, I'm learning that I'm not enough for being myself. At home, I'm learning that the goal is perfection. played baseball for 15 years. Who in here used to play a sport, plays a sport, has kids that play a sport? All right, on the count of three, we're gonna say go sports in 3, 2, 1. Anybody excited for the FIFA World Cup game? I just found out it was here, period. Somebody that I actually just met, Noah, love you, but Noah's like, I gotta go because of the FIFA World Cup. I'm like, okay, I see what's more important. No, I'm like, do you boo, do you boo. Was on the baseball field, 16-year-old Luca right there. I was a stallion at Madera South High School. Tommy was right next to me. We were at practice, had a little break. Now, Tommy was the baseball player, always on the all-star team. Even the coaches wanted to be his bestie. So he was that guy on campus. He's like, Luca, I've known you since Little League. For the longest time, I thought you were gay. Now that I know you're straight, you're really, really cool, and I would love for you to be part of our crowd. I want to know what 16-year-old Luca did in that moment? Y'all, I accepted it. Because, I mean, you get it. Like, I know so many of you work with youth still to this day. I travel throughout the U.S. I was just at a small town called Martin, Tennessee, 2.5 hours away from Nashville. Like, students still feel that pressure to fit in, to belong to others. And I felt like I made it. My whole life, I felt like I was striving to be this masculine man who fit in this box for society to accept me. And in this moment, I felt so at home, which is wild because I wasn't at home in my body. Two things can be true. Let's say that together in 3, 2, 1. Y'all, two experiences, two feelings can be true. High school was really, really hard and amazing. I was involved in student council, ASB. I was valedictorian. I spoke at graduation. I was in FFA, Future Farmers of America. I was in theater. So I was doing all the things, and I got enjoyment out of it. But what I know now, y'all, I hid behind, I'm grateful, put a smile on my face, because every moment that I complained or was sad or was angry, my dad was like, put a damn smile on your face. You have it so much better than so many other people in the world. So as a kid, I'm learning, like, what do I do with all these feelings? Let me try to be perfect. Let me try to be happy. Let me be grateful. And I was a silent struggler. In the pit of my stomach, I had this anxiety, this worry. I'm like, why is it so hard to be a human? Has anybody ever thought that? Oh, y'all, I see you. And this is a new little heart. All your Gen Alpha and Gen Z babies in your life is a little baby heart from K-pop. So if I do this, I'm not like, I'm just giving you love. Like, I'm not doing anything. So my mom got divorced in the 6th grade. She got remarried in 2017. Isn't this queen so freaking beautiful? Love her so much. And there were so many times I was like, today is the day I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna share who I am to my family. And then worry popped up, shame popped up, judgment popped up. And I'm like, what if I show up as myself and I lose their love? What if I'm rejected? I mean, so many of you get this. And this is still such a common experience of students today. That's why being in this room is making me feel so loved and at home, because I know who you are is changing students' lives. So things were complicated. I'm like, you know what? I hope one day I can be myself, but I don't feel safe today. So let's take the next step and see what happens. So I went to Fresno State on the path of achievement. Did anybody in this room go to Fresno State? Yes. What's your name? Talia. For just having incredible energy, because energy speaks before words, you get a sticker. So I went to Fresno State, got a full ride academic scholarship, like on that path. Junior year happened. I had one more year left of school, and everybody was asking me, what's next? What's your big boy job? Like, what are you gonna do with the rest of your life? And all those questions made me so freaking anxious. Why? Because my whole life, whenever I needed to make a hard decision, I asked for everyone else's opinion but my own. So at 21, something in me was mindful before I even knew what mindful was, and I paused. And I'm like, you know what? I have been living my whole life for my mom, my grandparents. Like, what do I really want to do? So I paused, and I asked myself 3 questions. The first, what impact do you want to make? Ever since 6th grade, y'all, I have wanted to be a public speaker. I've wanted to use my voice for good. Students in elementary and middle school, y'all, like, they are connected to their dreams still. I did a public speaking competition. I'm so glad extracurricular activities were part of the school I went to, and I'm like, I feel so alive. So I tell students to ask themselves, like, what gives you energy? What makes you feel alive? And even right now, y'all, like, it's so important, at least weekly, to do one thing that makes us feel alive. Isn't it so easy as an adult to just enter this like zombie robot mode? Y'all, we are here to feel, to be alive. So second question, and I want to hear from some of y'all. What makes you feel alive? First off, Disney. Do we have any other Disney gays in the room? And that's on period. Any Disney adults? Hey. Middle photo was when Luca met Luca, and I'm like, I can die happy. Actually, I found out about this conference from this amazing human, Aileen. We were waiting in Disneyland at the Paint the Night parade for 90 minutes because we're those Disney adults. And we just started talking, and Aileen's like, I'm part of Penny Lane. You should do the edgy conference. So y'all, give it up for this baddie. Hey. What is meant for you will never miss you. On the count of 3, let's say, what is meant for me will never miss me. In 3, 2, 1.
What is meant for me will never miss me.
And what misses me was never meant for me. What's your name? Edgar, you get it. You get a sticker. Something that makes me feel alive, my besties. Who feels more alive through their friendships, their connections with people in their life? If you have a great connection with someone near you, a bestie, a work bestie, give them a bear hug and say, I love you, baddie. Now, someone else at your table, send them a little love, send them a little love, send them a little love, send them a little love. All right, Edgy, I want to hear from you. What are some things in your life that make you feel alive, that give you energy? Over here? Oh, you're just cheering for your bestie. Love that. I want to hear from a couple of y'all. What are things that make you feel alive? Surfing. Cameron, where's Cameron? Okay, Cameron loves surfing. Connect with him. You should go surfing together. What makes you feel alive? Over here. Dancing. Who feels more alive when they're shaking their booty? Shake what your mama gave ya. What makes you feel alive, y'all? Yes. Huh? Being myself. Clock it. Clock it. Y'all, if you don't know what clock it is, it's just like you agree with it. Like you're sharing the tea, you're sharing the truth. Clock it to a Gen Alpha or Gen Z near you. Oh, they're going to love you so much. All right, 2 others. What makes you feel alive? What are you singing? Hey. Okay, where do you sing? Everywhere. I love that. Right here. What's your name? Aw, thanks, Stephanie. What makes you feel alive over here? Tennis. Hey. One more person. What makes you feel alive? Yes.
My dog.
Your dogs. Who in here loves their pets? What makes you feel alive?
Putting the music really loud in my car while I'm driving.
That's healing. That's healing. I know there's a few people with the mics around. Does somebody have mics? Would somebody raise their hand if you could help me just go to them? We'll have some more questions in a little bit. Next, music, going to concerts, y'all. Like, I love being an adult because you can do what you want with the money you make to fill your cup. Other things that make me feel alive. Karaoke, putting on a fit that makes me feel more confident. Nature. Who in here feels better when they touch grass? And then I love side quests. I love doing random things. I love living in LA because a couple years ago I went to Target and I randomly met Olivia Rodrigo, who's it was a while. She's amazing. And lastly, the relationship I have with my mom, y'all, makes me feel really alive. Last question. So, what impact do you want to make? What makes you feel alive? And who do you want to be? So, y'all, in 2026, who do you want to be for the rest of this year? What kind of leader, what kind of counselor, what kind of therapist, what kind of parent, what kind of grandparent do you want to be? When I first asked myself this question at 21, I was like, I just want to be myself. If anybody has ever tried to be somebody they aren't, it's a lot. It is a lot of energy making sure that this person knows the same story as this person. And I'm like, one day I hope I could just be myself. I don't know how, but I hope. So I want to hear, what kind of leaders, what kind of allies, what kind of advocates do you want to be? I want to hear from 5 people. Yeah, raise your hand, y'all. All right, we have one back here. And then maybe if somebody else can find the next, so continue to raise your hand. Yeah, go for it. Share your name and who you want to be, what kind of leader, what kind of advocate.
Hi, my name is Christina, and I love to inspire my team to practice self-care and then professional development.
Y'all, give it up for this queen. All right, someone else, y'all. Your voice is your power. I want to hear from you. Who do you want to be as a leader? Yes. We'll go with you, and then you back there.
Hi, I'm Margot.
So
Sorry. No,
we'll
you
start
go.
here, and then we'll pass to you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Maggie Penny Lane. I'm a grandmother of 4, and my 14-year-old grandson just graduated high school. So for me, I want to be the best grandma I can be.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. What's a characteristic of the best grandma?
Just being myself. Hey, Granny, what you doing today? Holla at your girl, what you want to do?
Y'all, give it up, give it up, give it up. That's what it says on my sticker. Be so completely yourself that everyone else around you feels safe to be themselves too. Thank you for being that person. I felt it when we took a photo a little bit ago. Give me a hug. All right, go for it.
Hi, I'm Margot. To me, humility is really important, and pretending like you don't have all the answers, but being willing to learn and grow is a lifelong practice.
Oh, I love that. All right, someone else on this side of the room. Sorry about that. Yeah, who do you want to be? Like, what kind of leader? Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, I just want to be me and take care of myself.
Self-care is not selfish, y'all. Here you go. All right, one more person over here. Who do you want to be? Oh, yeah. Yes, Faith.
I want to be an advocate that makes sure to use my privilege, whatever that is, to advocate for the most marginalized or oppressed. So that's the kind of leader I want to be.
Thank you for coming all the way from Texas to be here. Y'all, give it up for Faith. Who went to Faith's workshop and learned a little something? So, it's important, and everything that I share with you, what I love about being an adult child is now with my mom, we can have we can have just real honest conversations. So these are questions that I ask myself as a 30-year-old, my mom asks herself as a mother in her 60s. I feel like being dedicated to grow for the rest of your life, it's important to pause and self-reflect. So at 21, I asked myself, who do you want to be? What impact do you want to make? And what makes you feel alive? And I took a baby step in the direction of my gut. Something in me said apply to the internship at Disneyland. So I did it. Let's go right here. We'll come back to that. So I did it, y'all. I was so nervous because Fresno was only 20 minutes away from Madera, so I still felt like I was at home. Was moving 4 hours away, didn't know anybody, but has anybody ever had that gut feeling to say something or do something? I am so glad I did it, y'all, because it changed my life. I moved from Fresno to Disneyland. I was Captain Petrucci at Finding Nemo submarine voyage. Has anybody done the Disney College program in here? Okay, if anybody in your life is interested in working at Disney, please send me a DM. That's my Insta and TikTok handle. Y'all, I'm here to support. It was during the 60th anniversary. I did a PR and marketing role. I took Disney University classes. Y'all, it was the best. It was the best. So, now I want to go back to this. I'm going to share the first two practices of self-acceptance. Can I have someone read this? Can I have you read this?
The bravest thing you can do is tell yourself the truth.
So, if anybody is ready to accept themselves a little more, or help someone else around them accept themselves a little more, these are two questions to start with asking. What part of your story are you proud of? Maybe a part of your story that at one moment you're like, why me? I mean, who in here has been through it in life? So today, I'm going to offer you to tell yourself, I am a brave baddie. You know what, let's say this together. I have to say this all the time because I get really nervous, especially speaking in front of adults, because I don't know the opinions that are coming at me, but everything I share, reason I do it, is for that lonely 16-year-old who didn't have any hope. So I tell myself, I am a brave baddie who uses my voice for good. So we're gonna say it together. In 3, 2, 1.
I'm a brave baddie who uses my voice for good.
Clock it. Okay, so I want to hear from somebody. What part of your story are you proud of or learning to be proud of? Yeah. Thank you. What's your name again? On the count of 3, can we say thank you for being brave, Tiffany? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm like, what did you ask? Oh, yes, so.
Thanks for being so real.
Of course. My family's from Belize. We are Garifuna, and it's a very matriarchal society. And I love that. I love that I was raised by my mom and all my aunts and my female cousins, and that we're just girlies in a house together. I also had a naked mom, and I'm really proud of that too. If anyone knows, naked
I don't know,
mom.
what's that mean?
She just would walk around the house
Oh,
naked.
okay. I thought that's okay. Hey, be you, boo.
Yes, so I love coming from a long line of women and farmers as well, so shout out to you for that. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right, one more person. What part of your story are you proud of? Yeah.
My sobriety.
What's your name? Cassie. On the count of 3, we're going to say thank you for being you, Cassie. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you for being you. Aw, that's awesome. My mom is also sober too, and I've learned a lot through her. All right, second question. And what we're going to do, making it a little easier. From this visual, I want you to pick one word. What part of yourself are you learning to accept? Your feelings, your body, your hair, your individuality, your identity. So, you're going to share with a person next to you. The part of myself I'm learning to accept is share 1, 2, or 3 of these words, okay? I'm going to give you about 90 seconds. So pretty much, so you're going to answer this question. What part of yourself are you learning to accept? Y'all, we're getting vulnerable. I love how adults give the same response as students, y'all. Y'all know, right? Because as kids, I didn't have this work when I was in middle school, high school. So y'all, we're doing the real work. Why? The parts of us that we feel most insecure about are the parts that connect the deepest with the future generation. What part of yourself are you learning to accept? And I'm going to give you 90 seconds. Share with the person next to you. Everybody, you're picking 1 or 2 of these words. I want to hear just wherever you are. I want about 5 people to yell it out. Y'all, lock in with me. What part of yourself are you learning to accept? Your body. Y'all, if anybody agrees with that, snaps to the snap cup. Over here, what part of yourself are you learning to accept? Your feelings. You shared that too. Someone over here, what part of yourself are you learning to accept? Your voice, period. Okay, at the very end, I'm going to have you say some affirmations with me as you're practicing that, okay? All right, someone over here, what part of yourself are you learning to accept? Experiences. Hobbies? Leadership abilities. Aging. Yeah, in the corner. Learning to accept your chaos. Thank you for being real, queen. So, first self-acceptance practice, truth-telling. From that truth, second practice, make a brave little choice that shows yourself that you can trust yourself. So back to my story, I asked, who do you want to be? What makes you feel alive? What impact do you want to make? Something in me said, Luca, be brave and apply to the internship at Disneyland. So I did. And at 22, for the very first time in my life, y'all, I felt unconditional acceptance. I didn't know that was a thing. At Disney, you could show up as yourself and who you are. Maybe you were confident. Maybe you were a hot mess. Maybe you knew who you were. Maybe you did it, and all was welcome. And I finally knew that every part of you belongs. Y'all, there were so many nights that I cried myself to sleep because I felt like a freaking mistake. I felt so different. I felt so alone. And at 22, I finally knew that I was created on purpose with a purpose. Sending you love. So, self-acceptance practice number 3. Y'all, we got to choose people who choose you. Let's say that aloud. I choose people who choose me in 3, 2, 1. Because there's days you're going to forget who you are, right? If you're stuck in worry, stuck in anxiety, sometimes you need that posse to uplift you. So on March 12th, 2015, because I finally had people in my corner that accepted me for me, y'all, the energy at Disney was a similar space like this. That's why, like, today I feel so at home, because I feel that so many of you just lead with love, and I know you're changing lives by being yourself. Yes, we know you lead with love, King. So on March 12, 2015, community gave me the confidence to have the hardest conversation of my life. I FaceTimed my mom. She was in Madera, California. I was in Anaheim. I'll never forget how hot it was where I was outside of my apartment in Carnegie Plaza in downtown Anaheim. I said, Mom, you're the closest person to me. It's time you know a part of me that I've had so much shame and guilt and worry towards. But at Disney, I learned that I am not a mistake. Every part of me is created on purpose. I said, Mom, I am proud to be me. I said, Mom, I am proud to be a gay man. Y'all, owning your truth is so scary, but so freeing, right? I don't know where you are in life right now, y'all, but we all have parts of us that we're learning to accept. We're learning to forgive. We're learning to love. I'm so glad you chose to be here today. So I opened my heart up to my mom, and she didn't accept me. She said all the wrong things. She said, I love you, but don't bring home someone feminine. I love you, but don't tell your grandparents. It's just a phase. Y'all, deepest pain I've ever felt. But want to know the most important part of this moment in my story? At 22, I finally accepted myself. Y'all, thank you. Thanks. If I knew this kind of love was on the other side of self-acceptance, I would have accepted myself a lot sooner. I had to lean on chosen family. Who in here leans on chosen family when things get tough? So, after this, I'm like, you know what? I am done living life for others. I got one life, so let's lock in, baby, and do the damn thing. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I finally felt love and belonging at 22, so I could stop putting all my energy to performing and start thinking about, what do I want to accomplish? What's my potential? What impact do I want to make? Go back to Fresno State, competed in a national speaking competition, ended up losing, but y'all, I think I'm winning today. What is meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. I graduated from Fresno State, top of my class. At 24, got a quote-unquote good job in Riverside, moved from Fresno to Riverside. I was like, I'm moving to SoCal, and then they're like, you're in the armpit of SoCal. I'm like, that's rude. 2 months in, good money, good car payment, all the things. Y'all, I hated my job. And I'm like, I worked my booty off for 24 years to hate my job. 2 months in, I quit. I called my mom up. I'm like, Mom, guess what? I quit my job. She's like, what the? I said, trust, queen. At the same exact time, my high school teacher, activities director, Julie Larrabee, went on maternity leave, was looking for a long-term sub. I became that long-term sub. And I fell in love with the youth, with students. I didn't know if I want to be a teacher, but it's important to try something and see if it gives you energy and move in that direction. Then I became an indoor cycling instructor at Cycle Bar. Could y'all see me as a fitness instructor? It was the best. It was the best. I learned that your voice is your power. It inspired me to start a podcast, Free to Be. Then I started my business, Luca Petrucci Coaching, Consulting, and Speaking in 2021. Then in March 2022, I led a keynote like this in Tampa, Florida at Pride. And want to know who flew from Little Madera, California, all across the U.S., sitting in the front row, sharing her expansive love with me? My mom. Y'all, my mom has taught me so much. First off, that love can expand. Secondly, that it's our parents, it's adults' first time living this life too. We gotta be patient. We gotta show them grace and hold them accountable. At Madera's third annual Pride on Saturday, I emceed and keynote. This is the story I was sharing at the beginning. My mom got up and shared her story to being an ally. She owned that she said things wrong, and she said, we gotta put judgment aside and listen. Our kids are just wanting to live their life. Y'all, my mom has just showed me what a resilient, unconditionally accepting person can be. Today, y'all, I'm living my dream. Ever since 6th grade, I've wanted to be a motivational speaker. Something in my gut said, Luca, follow in the direction of your dreams. I wouldn't be able to do what I do today if I didn't accept myself. How the heck could I be on a stage and truly connect with y'all if I didn't accept who I was? I lead assemblies for middle school, high school. I lead leadership trainings. And another one of my dreams just happened. I met Hillary Duff on the Jennifer Hudson Show. Oh, is it gonna play? Oh. Jacob Elordi recently said that you were his celebrity crush, and low-key, you were mine too.
Okay.
You know, I just wanted to be you. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Ooh.
Okay, my first celebrity crush was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Ooh.
Do you remember JTT? Look, you're too young. You're too young.
I don't know who that is, but period.
Please raise your hand if you know who I'm talking about. It's not even half. Okay, but thank you.
They didn't show a
guys,
photo
he
of
was
him.
on Home Improvement.
Now I know, but they didn't show a photo.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I
He
knew who
was
Zac
also
Efron
in,
was. And Tarzan, my first crush.
Lion King. He was a kid. He was the voice of...
So y'all, I'm learning that life gets better. I'm gonna finish with this. Self-acceptance practice number 4. Let's stand to finish. I just need one more minute. Let's all stand, y'all. Self-acceptance practice number 4. Speak to yourself like you would to your favorite person. We're gonna finish with 5 affirmations to remind us of the amazing person we are. First off, you are not worthy because of what you do, because of your title, because of their opinion. You are worthy because you're alive. Let's say this together in 3, 2, 1. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. In 3, 2, 1. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I release the version of me that played small to make others comfortable. I release the version of me that played small to make others comfortable. The more I accept myself, the more I can accept others. Acceptance starts within. Lastly, every part of me belongs. Look someone in the eyes and say, every part of you belongs. Look at someone else. Every part of you belongs. Every part of you belongs. And let's finish with this. And together we create spaces where everyone can belong. Let's get loud. Let's get proud for the youth that need us to be ourselves so we can hold a space for them to be themselves. So we're going to go from and together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And together we create spaces where everyone can belong. Edgy, thank you. I appreciate you, y'all. I'm going to be at my booth. Come connect with me on IG. I'll give you a sticker, and let's just vibe and chat. Mwah.